Welcome back to Bedtime Stories with Eli. And the topic of today's bedtime story is: do women care about a man's romantic history slash body count? One more time. Do women care about a man's romantic history slash body count? Or let's just call it sexual history. Again, I try to keep these words out of my titles and descriptions and tags because sometimes the YouTube artificial intelligence will demonetize these words and they'll get reapproved. They'll get approved under manual review. It's just a pain in the butt, right? So, I'm just trying to be, compliant. So, bear with me. I'm not trying to be a square either, but you know what I'm saying. But you can talk about it within the video in the right context. No problem. Anyway, let's get to this Reddit posting. And this is from the Purple Pill Debate subreddit, one of my favorite subreddits here. A lot of great conversation going on in the Purple Pill Debate subreddit. Check it out if you'd like. So let's just get right to it. Women, here's the topic the original poster posted. Women, do you care about a man's sexual history slash body count? One more time. Women, do you care about a man's sexual history slash body count? Question for women. And the original poster states, men seem to discuss the topic of body count slash number of partners often. Yeah, many guys try to show off, say, I've banged 100 women. I've banged 500 women in my life. I've banged 1,000 women. And it's a validation seeking thing. It's a thing amongst men when you're growing up, especially to say, dude, I banged 5 chicks this month. I banged a different chick each day this week, right? Now, I've never been that way, right? I've always been a one-woman type of man, but I know most men are like this. And quite honestly, when you're younger, it's a little bit more okay because you're immature. But by the time you get to a certain age, especially by the time you hit your 30s, your early 30s, if you're still behaving this way, it's basically an insecurity. There's no need for you to prove to anyone, how many women you've banged. You don't have any more value banging more women than other guys. A lot of this stigma online nowadays, many other content creators out here on YouTube that teach what's called game and, how to get women and this and that. They talk about body count and, this guy claims to be with 1,000 women and this and that. And he can share his secrets, how he got 1,000 women. Like, honestly, what is that supposed to do? Am I supposed to throw this guy a party because you've banged 1,000 women? Have you been tested for STDs? Is your pee-pee about to fall off? Like, seriously, like, do you want us to throw you a party or what? I see, that's the thing. It's just, to me, it's pathetic. As long as you're a secure man within yourself, it doesn't matter. Your body count should not matter. Body count should not matter for both men and women. Now, I do honestly feel, if somebody has slept with too many people, whether you're a man or a woman, I'm not trying to criticize that. What I'm saying is that people that have slept with a lot of people are typically people that have a hard time settling down and are just never satisfied, even sexually or committing to one person. That could be a problem. But those are my thoughts. Let's continue and read more about what the original poster wrote here. Okay, so once again, he writes, men seem to discuss the topic of body count slash number of partners often. This leads me to ask, do women care about a man's sexual past? They absolutely do. Absolutely. Most of them won't ask, but they do care about it. Some women might ask you. And if they do ask you, guys, this is something, you got to be careful with, Some of you guys have been with 100 women. And I'm not telling you guys that you should lie. I believe in being very, very truthful. But honestly, if you've turned your life around and you were a player at one point and you're not a player anymore and you really want to have something special with a woman, If you tell her you've been with 100 women or 500 women or 1,000 women, that woman's just not going to trust you, even if you become a trustworthy guy. So at that point, I'm not telling you to lie, maybe a little white lie. May be okay at times. I don't want to say that any type of lying is good, but in that case, I would just say, I've had some serious relationships and I've had, a few casual flings. Not too proud of those. I really just want to find a good woman to have a life with. Right. And if she continues to push the issue beyond it, well, how many have you been with? Like, then that woman is not a woman you want to be with. But that's how you should respond to that. Okay. I've had 2 exes ask me my body count and sexual history, but I don't want to tell it. Well, you got to answer it in the way like I said, dude, because they're testing you to see how you're going to respond to it. Not necessarily what the number is, but the number, if it's too high and you tell her, that might turn some women off. Right. I like keeping it a secret in the relationship due to avoiding issues of potential retroactive jealousy and wanting to start fresh. Well, it's also, can they trust you that you're going to be faithful, and are you clean and disease free? There's a lot of things that come along with having a large number. Would you be comfortable dating a guy who intentionally tried to sleep with as many women as possible to boost his number count? I don't think any decent woman that's looking for something real would be okay with dating a guy that intentionally has tried to sleep with as many women as possible to boost his number count, thinking that that's going to bring him more value. No. Let me tell you the only things that matter. When you meet a woman, is there a large rush or spark of sexual attraction when you first lay eyes on each other? When you make out, are you a great kisser? Is she a great kisser? Do you both give each other great foreplay? And when you make love or have sex, or both, right? Combination of both, usually great. Make love and have sex. Sometimes you do it rough. Sometimes you do it slow. You change it up, right? How do you feel when you're together? Does the man know what he's doing? That's all that matters. The body count does not matter in that situation, right? And here's the thing, there is some truth. Like, if you've only been with if you're a guy and you've only been with 1 or 2 women, you may not be experienced enough to be able to please a woman. So in that case, that could throw off some women. But typically when you're younger, both men and women are less experienced. So there's going to be an understanding. By the time you get into your 30s, nowadays most people are going to have 5 to 10 partners at least. By the time they hit their 30s, and they'll have enough experience. But again, you don't need to just come out and throw out a number. Just say, hey, I've had several long-term relationships. If you've had a couple of casual flings, I had a couple of casual flings. I'm not saying I did. I don't do that. But if you've had a couple of casual flings, you say, hey, look, I've had a couple of casual flings. They ended up being that way. It wasn't my intention for it to go that way. It just didn't go to a second or third date after we got intimate. And sometimes things happen. Women just want to see how honest you're going to be with them. They're testing you to see, are you going to try to hide it, or are you going to try to respond to it in a mature way? Don't just come out and say, oh, I've been with 500 women and I'm the man, right? That's not going to get you anywhere. All right, let's read a few comments here. I would never date a man who considers sex to be a sport devoid of affection. Count doesn't matter, but quality does. Okay, so this woman says count doesn't matter, but quality does. I can understand that to a certain extent, but my question to this woman is, if a man came to you and said, I've been with 100 or 200 women in my life, or 500 or 1,000 women, okay, how would that make you feel? I bet you wouldn't be saying the same thing about count doesn't matter. I bet it does. Give me a second here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm having a little issue here. Okay, you can be promiscuous and not view sex as a sport. Sex is not a sport, but many people make it a recreational sport. You just got to be honest with what you're looking for nowadays. If you're looking for something casual, be honest with people. If you're looking for something, long term, be honest with people. There's somebody for everyone out there. There are both men and women that want casual hookups, that want long-term relationships, that want friends with benefits. Just ask. Just be clear with your intentions from the very beginning. And don't lie just to trick someone into being with you temporarily. And usually men do that more than women. When it comes to getting laid, a lot of men that are not ready for a relationship will pretend to be in one just to have sex a few times with a woman that wouldn't have been sexual with them otherwise. It's not a good way to do it. It'll come back to bite you in the ass at some point too. Okay. Yeah, I'm piggybacking on the last replier. How realistic is it for someone to qualify as promiscuous but also take sex seriously? I'm sure it is possible, but come on. Yeah, I mean, taking sex seriously would be in a long-term relationship. If you're promiscuous, you're only looking for casual affairs. You just, again, have to be honest with your intentions, clearly with what you want from the beginning. Don't lie to a man or a woman, and say you want a relationship just so you can bypass their radar to get some sex for a little while. It's going to come back to bite you in the ass. It will. I don't think not taking sex seriously requires viewing it as a sport. For me, it was just a natural progression after spending time with someone whose company I enjoyed. There you go. Ding, 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 ding. The natural flow of progression is what it's all about, right? In essence, in theory, realistically, every relationship, even if you're looking for a long-term relationship, whether you're a man or a woman and you're looking for a long-term relationship, okay, everything typically starts off as casual. You're not in a serious committed relationship until you get to the 2 or 3 month period. And then typically the woman will ask, hey, where do we stand? We've been together for 3 months. We've been hanging out for 3 months. How do you feel about me? I'm ready to make this official. Are you? Right? She may ask. Now, as a man, don't do that. As a man, your job is to hang out, have fun, and hook up, right? Okay, but if the woman brings it up down the road and you're ready to commit and you want to move forward and she wants to move forward, perfect, right? But technically, everything starts off as casual, or something more casual, even if you're just exclusively dating someone from the very beginning, even after the first date and you go to second date and you're not seeing anyone else, it's still considered something casual until it's official, in my opinion. Let's see. I didn't take sex seriously in that I didn't view it as an indication of commitment any more than I viewed spending a nice evening talking with someone a commitment. Okay, so what she's saying here is that, initially, like, she could be intimate with someone that she likes and that likes her, and they may be getting along, and it may seem like it's heading in the right direction, but she didn't start taking it seriously, probably until it got to a relationship, if it even got to there. Okay. So she's realizing, okay, yeah, the first month or 2 or 3, when you're with the same person, you're not committed. It's more of a casual thing. You may both be long-term relationship minded, right? But you're not there yet. You may be heading there, but you're not there yet. So I get it. Not a bad thing, not a bad way. And it's also a way to not put pressure on each other. The man and the woman put pressure on each other when you keep it lighthearted and casual. And then you see how it goes for that 3 month period, 2 to 3 month period when you first start dating. And then if it feels great and you just really love being together all the time, then the commitment will happen, and she'll change the way she views it, right? She'll take it more seriously. She'll take sex more seriously. Not saying she doesn't enjoy it, but she'll start emotionally more investing into it. It's just, if we were both horny at the end of that evening, why not finish it by getting each other off? Ma'am, that's not a bad idea, ma'am. I think this woman really is into relationships, but she's learned, how to keep a guy around. She's learned how to make a guy happy. There are 2 things that make a guy happy, okay? Keep our bellies full and our balls empty, right? You keep our bellies full and our balls empty, and we're good. We need nothing more than that, right? Okay? With women, Oh God, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Guys, we're very simple. Keep our bellies full and our balls empty. We're great. That's all. This woman gets it. I actually respect this woman here. She's a lot like my woman. There's plenty of room in between. Has sex with anyone to get their number up, and only has sex with someone they are looking for a relationship with. Yeah, there is a lot of in between. You have to decide what you want. I'm not here to tell people what to do. I'm here to help people get what they want. I am a relationship-minded type of guy, right? And I honestly do not enjoy sex with random women. I've never done that. I only enjoy sex with women that I connect with at an emotional level, right? Yes, there has to be a physical attraction and all that, but if there's no mental stimulation and emotional bond, I wouldn't even want to be with a woman no matter how hot she is, no matter how much she wanted me. Okay? Let's read a few more here before we wrap this up. It could be a hopeless romantic who has sex early and then the woman doesn't want anything more. Okay, yeah, that can happen. Sometimes you can get together with somebody once or twice and it feels great, sex is good, but it doesn't go any further than that. In that situation, typically one or both sides, are not ready for a relationship, or they have, other things going on. Maybe someone else is still in the picture on both sides. You never know. But yeah, it could be a hopeless romantic who has sex early and then the woman doesn't want anything more. You just got to do you. You got to be yourself, and you got to be open and transparent with what you want, no matter what it is. One more here. This is from a 35 female autistic egalitarian. Oh, okay. Okay. While I'm sure that does happen sometimes, it certainly isn't impossible by any means. I have serious doubts that any man could get a legitimately high and by doing this. It'd be a different red flag. Basically, a guy who gives his heart away to every woman who's somewhat nice to him. That's an insecure guy. I wouldn't say immature. That's an insecure guy. Okay, and beta males are like this almost 100% of the time. The beta males will give any woman the time of day that gives them the time of day. Okay. Any woman that's somewhat nice to the guy, they'll flock to him. The beta males will flock to them. To these women, right? And yeah, is it a red flag? Abso-freaking-lutely. And then one more response. Yeah, but that presents a different set of troubles. Yeah, we don't have to get into that here today, but I think you folks get the point. All right, folks, time to wrap up this video here today. I hope you all enjoyed it and learned something new. Please like, share, subscribe. Bang the bell. Select all notifications. Have yourselves a great sleep tonight. Sleep well, sleep tight, and don't let the bed bugs bite. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.